Everyone, today I have a card featuring the Make-A-Wish stamp set by Mama Elephant. So to start out with, I took some pre-cut Tim Holtz watercolor paper and laid down the Distress Ink colors Squeeze Lemonade, Cracked Pistachio, and Tumbled Glass. And I laid them down in an angle across the paper, just making sure to get enough ink on there to blend it really well. And I wanted to make a birthday themed card, but since Easter in the springtime is near, I thought it would be pretty to use these three colors. So just blending those out. And right here I thought the Squeezed Lemonade got to be too harsh of a yellow, so I just went over that with a light coat of Cracked Pistachio. Then I sprayed some water in my hand and let the water droplets fall on the page and let that sit for about 30 to 40 seconds and picking it up with a paper towel. Next I took the largest stitched rectangle die by Fawn and ran that through my die cut machine. Next I took the biggest Happy Birthday to You stamp from that stamp set and put that on my compact stamp press. I stamped it with some VersaFine Onyx black ink onto some white cardstock that I had. And I stamped it the first time, and this is the first time I was using this stamp, so I didn't get a good impression the first time, so I stamped it again and made sure to press onto all the little details and stuff and got a good crisp impression. And VersaFine is a good sticky ink to do some heat embossing on, so I took some clear Recollections embossing powder, sprinkled that on, tapped off the excess, and heat set that with my heat tool. And you want to make sure to get your heat tool good and hot before you bring it to your project to prevent warping on your page. Let's get that all melted up. Then I took my paper trimmer and trimmed that section off into and I wasn't really sure how I wanted the layout of this card. This was really a random card, but I wanted to make it have dimension, but it being a really simple card design. So I trimmed that up so it'd fit on the front panel. Then I decided to pop up the distressed ink background. First I'm going to make my card base, which is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 top or side fold card. Just scoring that on my Martha Stewart score. Now is where I'm going to die cut my background panel. So I'm just lining that up, making sure where I want the greeting to go. I made little tick lines with my pencil. Then I'm lining up that same stitched rectangle die by Fawn, taping that down and running it through my die cut machine. I've seen this done in the past and I always wanted to try it because I don't have just the straight stitched die. So I ran that through and now I have one side of my panel. And then I'm going to line it up with that other tick mark, tape it down, and do the same thing. And it's kind of easy because you can line up the stitch marks that's already on the page with the stitch markings that's on the die. You can fill them, if you have this die, you can fill them like as you're lining it up. And you can save that other panel for other projects. So I'm just lining up where to glue my sentiment panel too. Just making little tick marks so I don't mess it up. I'm going to adhere that down with my PermaTac Glue Glider Pro. It's a very strong adhesive and it does really well. So next I trimmed up some fun foam and adhere that down to the back of those distressed panels. And you could use, since these are such small panels, you could use your 3M foam tape, but I just decided, I had this on hand, so I just used this instead. I'm gonna run some adhesive over that one more time and adhere it to my card base. Making sure to line that up. And again, this is a super simple card design, but it's got a fun feel to it as well. To finish off my card, I put a scattering of Pretty Pink Posh sparkling clear sequins in the 4mm and 6mm sizes, and adhered those down with my Tombo Mono multi-glue. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for weekly card making videos.